There's just way too much inconsistency right now for the New York Knicks. We got outscored 40 to 27 in the fourth quarter. We ended up losing the game 132 to 121. I get Indiana last season led the league in scoring per game, but I mean, like, what is happening right now? The Knicks are not on the same page. They don't want it as much as they should. We see stretches where they do. We were up 10 points in the third quarter, but then all of a sudden the Pacers stormed back and they just took control of it. Offensive rebound, getting out in transition. We gave them too much space on the perimeter. It just was not a great game. Mitchell Robinson is desperately missed right now. So is Precious Achiuwa. Landry Shamet, his ability to stretch the floor is missed. The guys we're running right now, it's a 7-man rotation because Tyler Kolek played 2 minutes. So we're not exactly counting that. So we're only playing 7 guys. And that's exactly why the Knicks just don't really have it, man. The fresh legs, I mean, not to say that they're not there because it's early on in the season. This was our 9th game of the year. But I would love to see more Ariel Hukporti. I'd love to see some Matt Ryan, some Pacome Didier, more Tyler Kolek. Yes, when the Knicks go to their bench, they're going to be worse because it's their bench. But long-term wise, that's going to be beneficial for everyone. It keeps them fresh. And when the guys are out there, they're going to be able to give 110%. So you guys can let me know if you agree or disagree. I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. That's just how I feel watching the Knicks early on. Because even though we're running 7 guys, they're not even giving 110% consistently. Like, it just seems like when you go to the rec, right? You go to the gym and you just pair together 5 really good players, and then they end up losing to a lesser team just because they're getting outworked and they're not consistently playing at their best, because if they were, they'd be winning, right? I mean, the only team I think that could beat the Knicks in terms of just pure talent is the Celtics. Outside of that, there isn't a team in the league that can. But the Knicks have 5 losses. Yes, 1 because it's a new team, 2 because of injuries, but 3 just because they're getting outworked. Like half of these losses were literally just because the other team wanted it more. And how is that even possible? Like, this should not be a thing. The Knicks last season made their living off of just outworking teams, offensive rebounds, just Josh Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein, Dante DiVincenzo, right? I mean, that's how the Knicks had their identity. They found it, and they ended up winning 50 games despite all the injuries, and they made it to a Game 7 of the second round of the playoffs. So that just hasn't happened for the Knicks. It happened against the Bucks, but the Bucks are very discombobulated right now. The Pacers were just as banged up as the Knicks, but they still went out there at home and protected it and made plays when they had to. So let's talk about the defense, man. I mean, Pascal Siakam, I didn't think he really had it tonight. It was Miles Turner, Halliburton, and Mathurin. Those guys killed us. So Turner goes 8 of 15 from the field, 5 of 8 from the three-point line, 26 points. He also made 5 of his 6 free throws. Cat was leaving him wide open for 3, and when Turner wasn't shooting a 3, he was getting the basket and getting the free throw line or getting a layup or setting someone up. I mean, just horrible defense by Cat tonight. Tyrese Halliburton, 11 of 18, 35 points. Halliburton started off this game slow and then erupted. He also had 14 assists. I mean, it seems like Halliburton either does nothing against us, like was it the second game of the year, or he goes absolutely nuclear. Benedict Mathurin, 41 minutes, 38 points, plus 16, which had to have been a game high. It was. So Mathurin was just getting to the bucket at will, but he was also shooting the 3 ball with straight confidence. 7 of 9. A lot of them were just wide open. The Pacers moved the ball better than we did tonight. They finished the game with, let's see, 27 assists. How many did we have? We had 23, so not much less, but they just moved the ball way better. Guys were just flying around, and it was difficult for the Knicks to be able to cover because the ball always moves faster than the guys out there, right? The Knicks shot 28% from 3. They go 7 of 25. The Pacers, on the other hand, 21 of 46, 45.7%. And again, a lot of these were uncontested or they were lightly contested. You guys know when you play 2K and you shoot a 3 and it gives you a percentage. So even when the Knicks did have a hand up, it was so lightly contested to where for an NBA player, it's basically wide open. So we just did a lot of poor things. I think the one thing to take away from this game would be that we were efficient in the sense of the paint. We attacked the paint, but again, you're not going to be able to beat teams when you're getting 2s and they're getting 3s. OG, 9 of 14. Cat was 11 of 19. Brunson, 11 of 17. So we get 33 from Brunson, 30 from Cat. OG gets 25. We get 16 from Josh Hart. When Josh Hart scores 16, you'd think we're winning that 90% of the time. Mikal Bridges didn't shoot it that much. He had 8 points. Just another bad game from 3 for Mikal. Wasn't he 3 of 11 last game at the top of my head? Now he's 0 of 6. He just needs to find it. He had it early on, but now it's just non-existent. Miles McBride only gives us 7 points. in 29 minutes. You have to remember, he's the only guy off our bench that can score. So if he's only getting 7, we're in trouble because we're probably only getting 7 off of the bench because Kolek in 2 minutes can't expect him to do much. And Sims played 9 minutes, but the only bucket he had was a wide open dunk off of a Mikal Bridges penetration. So there's, like I said, there just was not much to take away from this game. I don't want to overreact too much because it's only the 9th game of the year, and a couple of months from now, we're not even going to be thinking about this. But again, I do want to watch every game. I do want to make a video after every game. So that's the downside of a loss, is it's frustrating, right? I don't want to finish off my week with a Knicks loss, especially the way they did lose it, but hey, we don't get everything we want in life, right? But outside of that, let's talk about what's next, man. I don't even really want to continue with this game. So for the Knicks, their next game is going to be Tuesday at Philadelphia. So back-to-back road games, and then they come back to the Garden on a back-to-back, actually, on Wednesday. And then Friday night, Knicks is against the Nets. Sundays against the Nets. Mondays against the Wizards. So this is a really good opportunity for the Knicks to play some poor teams. I mean, technically we're a poor team. We're 4-5. I can't really talk. But Philadelphia is 1-7. The Bulls are, 4-6 at the top of my head. And the Nets right now aren't the Nets 4-6? Okay, so we're going up against 3 straight teams that have losing records. The Wizards are 2-5. They're very, very bad. We have to win all of these games. I'm being completely honest. We don't have to, but it would be nice, right? It would be nice to just sweep all these teams, get back on track, get into the win column. And then we've got actually Phoenix, which is in their building on Wednesday. And then we have a couple of days off. So Saturday, the 23rd, is going to be against Utah. And then we have a tough back-to-back games with Denver and Dallas, and then Charlotte, New Orleans, Orlando. So for the Knicks, we've got some bad teams coming up. We've got some good teams coming up. And we've got some, it's like whatever, right? So I don't know. I just need to see more out of the Knicks, man, consistently, because they had some very good stretches in this one. Like the second quarter, 35-29, they closed it out well. I thought we started off the third quarter well, but then the Pacers got hot, and the fourth quarter just ran away with it and just made a serious statement in that quarter. So yeah, before New York, we'll be fine. Once we start to get some guys back and just continue to develop that chemistry on the defensive side of the ball, like I said, everything will be much better. But I just think something that's standing out to me is just the loss of both Precious Achiuwa and Mitchell Robinson. I hate to make excuses for injuries because it's always that next man up mindset, but it's just what we're missing right now is exactly what we're missing. So Mitchell Robinson gives you that rebounding, he gives you that defense, and then Precious Achiuwa as well gives you rebounding and defense. That's what we're missing right now because Cat is being asked to play the 5, and not that he's a bad defender. Cat is definitely an above-average defender. He's a good rebounder, smart player, but he's just being asked to do a lot. You got to protect the basket. You also got to go out there and get 15 boards. You got to get us 25 a night, which is what he's doing. So Mitch is going to take a lot of the pressure off so that way Cat can focus more on defending the perimeter and he can just focus more on scoring and shooting because that's what we need. We can't be asking Cat to do literally everything for us, man. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. If you agree, if you disagree, man. Got my way through this video. I hate making videos after losses because I tend to overreact. It's one of those games where you kind of let it get away from you. Hopefully the Knicks can bounce back on, what do we play? When's the next game? Tuesday, I said, right? At Philly.